What's up YouTube, Capital G here, looking at a brand new Link monster. This is Yusaku's Code Talker, and this is actually the smallest talker yet. It actually reminds me of Yuma's Utopia roots and how it was kind of like a baby Utopia because it was only like rank 1 and 500 attack and it was just really small. And I think that this is a good sign that by the end of the Reigns era, we're probably going to have like 10 different talker cards. You guys know, obviously, we have D Code Talker, the original. We have X Code Talker that's coming out in Extreme Force, and now we have just plain old Code Talker, Code Talker. I said Code Talker there. Anyways, this guy is very similar to his brethren. Of course, it is Dark Attribute and Cyberse type, just like the rest of the talkers. It is a link to 1300 attack, and the points are up and down. It requires 2 effect monsters, and it says it gains 500 attack for each monster it points to. This card cannot be destroyed by battle or opponent's card effect while it points to a monster. So I think in a vacuum, this card could actually be pretty strong if you can get it linked up with 2 different monsters, because it would become 2300 attack and it would be immune to battle destruction and opponent's card destruction. That's pretty damn impressive for only a link 2. The only thing that I think holds this card back is the fact that it requires 2 effect monsters. I've actually noticed that a lot about the link 2 monsters. There aren't a lot of generic ones. It seems like Proxy Dragon is the monster that most people are going to, because you can use Proxy Dragon with tokens. You can use tokens to summon it because it just says any monsters, but this guy requires effect monsters, so obviously tokens go outside the window. But outside of that, it doesn't require like 2 monsters of any level or typing or attribute or anything like that. So I still think that this should be a relatively easy monster to summon. You won't be able to make it with, you know, just straight up like the Gofu plays, or I guess technically you can if you go Link Spider off one of the Gofu tokens, and then you could use the Gofu and then the Link Spider as the materials to summon this. Like that definitely could work. So I guess Gofu could go instantly into this, and that's definitely a strong play. But I actually think that this card is okay. I definitely don't think that it replaces Proxy Dragon, but you might want to run it alongside Proxy Dragon if you're running a deck that heavily focuses on Link summoning, or you're running a Link archetype and you need a couple of Link 2s because maybe your archetype doesn't have one. I would probably run like 1 Proxy Dragon and run like one Code Talker instead of running maybe 2 Proxy Dragons, unless your deck is just like heavily focused on tokens or something like that. So I think that this card is definitely good. I think that it has potential. I just wish that it was just any 2 monsters. Then it would be, well, at that point I guess it would kind of just replace Proxy Dragon. So maybe they didn't want to kill the viability of Proxy Dragon, because I think that this guy's effect has so much more potential than Proxy Dragon, and his just kind of protect 1 card on the field. This guy can become really hard to kill, especially for a Link 2 2300. So you guys let me know what you think. Do you like Code Talker, and how many more talker monsters do you guys see in the future? I think that we're definitely going to get a Link 5 probably towards like the end of Reigns, and I think that this also means, since they're going down, that we will eventually see a Link 1. Maybe it'll have like 500 attack and it'll have like a really good utility effect or something like that. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already.